wasn't there.
Remember. Okay, Itam, did you get a chance to do the 17 questions?
No.
Oh, okay. So no problem. So you can do that now, and
Yes.
this week you should do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so last time we did those 17 questions, and then we had you engage with two questions, and the two questions were, who's myself, the self with a capital S, like the bigger possibility, at the highest future possibility you can say, and second question was, what is my work, like a capital W, like a purpose in life, or what we are also going to call it as your calling, something that calls you, right? So these were the two questions that we asked you to.
First question, I didn't hear. What was the first one? It was not clear for me. Sorry.
Who is myself?
Who is myself? Okay.
Who is myself?
I see.
Right?
Yeah.
So self here is like a capital S, the big
Okay.
self,
Yes.
not our daily understanding of self, but like the highest future possibility.
Okay. Thank you.
Right? Yeah.
And the 17
And
questions, HM, allows you to stir the pot. So you begin to think with new ideas. So you'll have difficulty answering that question because you haven't actually answered those 17 questions.
And do you
So
have
let's,
a copy of this?
sorry?
17 questions. Do you have a copy? Send me by email so I can look at it now.
Right, I'm sure we can send it to you.
Thank you.
yeah,
Okay, you go ahead, Manoj. Well, I'll send him the copy.
Vivek had emailed me.
Oh, if you can
Right.
send it, that'll be
And
great.
HM, if you have taken the printout,
Yes.
I can forward it to him.
Okay, go ahead.
But then you will have to continue the conversation. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys. So now, I expect you would have had some problems, struggling. You must have had some struggle in this. So either you ask any questions you have, or tell me what you got out of engaging in those questions. Who is myself and what is my work? So anything for you, Prakash, Ankit, Colonel, Anita,
Yeah, you
Rajiv?
said it correctly, Ferdy. I mean, it was a quite difficult question, and you are not reaching any clear-cut answers as such.
Right.
It was something like, quite vague. When you go back to your childhood, then you come back to your adulthood, then the present, and then future is something which, you are not clear what is emerging out of it.
Well, the truth is, Colonel, I'm quite clear about it for myself. You're not clear, okay?
Yes. Maybe. Because
So you say
I
when
can't
you're
talk
not
about
clear,
you.
say I was not clear. You were not clear, right?
Yes.
So, you're looking for an answer. You're looking with this brain, the intellectual brain. So you're looking for an answer. This will not give you an answer. It'll give you a direction. Can you get the difference between an answer and a direction?
Okay.
So you say, where is Delhi? Then you say, it's over there in that direction. Now, where is Delhi? You paint the whole picture of Delhi. That's two different things. So did you get any kind of direction? The word that Manoj just used, any kind of calling, like something's calling you. You get an answer like something's calling you. Did you hear any call? Did you get any direction in the inquiry?
Yeah, some lead. Yes, I can say that. Some lead.
So talk about that. Talk about what you saw. Talk about the lead you got. Talk about the direction you saw. See, how old are you now?
I'm 58.
Yeah. So you are reaching the third stage of your life.
Absolutely. Maybe the last stage, not third stage.
No, assuming there are 3 stages. The third stage of our life, when you've finished taking care of your family and this and that, in the Indian scheme of things.
You can say that sannyasa or something of that sort.
Yeah, like that. Not quite taking sannyas, but it's a different stage of life. You're reaching a new stage of life. So it's a
Absolutely.
good time to ask this question: what is my life about? No, I have done my duty. Now I want to fulfill myself, not my ego, but myself, my vision, my dream. So for that, I must know what my dream is, what my vision is, right? What I want to be up to. In some ways, in the job you have taken on with this institution, you've already started on that journey, I
Yes,
presume, correct?
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's more like developing that, clarifying that, making that clearer for yourself, that kind of thing. Anyway, listen to what other people are saying and see if you can pick
Okay.
something from that,
Okay.
okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right, Sajal, anything for you? Answers to those 2 questions: who is myself and what is my work? Did you engage with it over the last week?
Yeah. Last week, completely occupied with the meetings. Sorry.
With the meetings. All
Yeah.
right. If everybody says that they were all occupied, then I don't know how we're going to do this session. But let's see what the other people say. Srinath, what about you? Srinath, Dhaval.
Hello.
Yeah, Srinath, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Have you engaged with the 2 questions? Who is myself and what is my work? You know, the work we did last time, and then we looked through all those questions and we said, now we can engage in 2 questions. Who is myself and what is my work?
I can miss the last session.
You didn't attend last session? Oh, well, this is interesting. Okay, great. Then Dhaval, you attended last session. You tell us. What did you come up with?
So if you ask me the practice, whatever those questions, 17 questions we did it.
Right.
Seriously, even I haven't done it anything. The reason is, 2 days we were in Mumbai with the SAS partner training, actually, partners meet.
Right.
And then some pile up works because of those 2 days which we were there full day, actually. I think
Right.
me and Sajal
So
were in the same boat.
let's check if there's anybody else who has done the work. Colonel has done the work, but nobody else, it looks as though, so far. Srinath because he wasn't there, Sajal for whatever reason, and you because you were busy. So
Fadi,
yes, Anita, go for it. Thank goodness we are saved by Anita.
okay. I see myself as a very caring person, supportive and helping and happy person.
Right.
And I want to bring, I want to bring changes in the education system because I feel myself is like, there is like a lot of things need to be changed. It's not only by the like marks or competition. So it has to be eco
Right.
way of thinking. So
Right.
I can see that I can bring changes in that way and help the society.
Right. So you see that you started to see that you're seeing the direction of changing the education system from ego to eco,
Yes,
right? Right.
yes,
And as a matter of fact, I think you've already started walking the path of your direction because you've been studying development, right?
yes,
Which is also in a way about that. It may not be educational like a degree, but it is lifting up the education level of
mm,
people, not
yes,
education level like they go to school, but education level like they start whatever education is supposed to provide. That's what development provides, right?
yes,
Development will provide people with opening their eyes, seeing new things, raising themselves up, which is what education is supposed to do as well.
Exactly.
Correct? So, in
Yes.
that way, the work you've taken on, which is development, is itself a different education system. Is that making
Mm,
sense to you? It's a way of educating people without going to the classroom.
mm.
Doesn't make sense to
Uh,
you?
yes, for the it makes sense, but what I see in the bigger view is especially right now many of the colleges they only look at like getting into a good marks and getting into university. So I think yeah that is okay, but they need to change a little bit of
I,
their
I
attitude.
do I do understand what you're saying.
Okay.
I do understand when you said you wanted to change the education system. I understand that you were looking at universities, colleges, classrooms, and schools, right?
Okay.
See if you can hear what I'm saying.
Mm.
What am I saying?
You're saying that development. Um, sorry, I'm not clear
I'm
then.
saying development is like an education system. It's not an education, it's not a school system.
Okay.
It's not a university system. It's an education system because you are actually educating people when you're developing them. When you're doing development work,
Mm.
a lot of development work is all about education, educating about toilets, educating about disease, educating about health, educating about maternity, educating about family planning. Am I
Mm.
am I right in saying that that's the development you're talking about?
Mm.
When you talk about development, you're doing a PhD in development. What
Yes,
is the
yes.
source of it? What is the heart of your PhD in development? What is it about? What is your thesis?
It is like marginalized people. So
Right?
we want to develop their, like, especially the tribal people, indigenous people. So we want to educate them. We want to give their health status and improve the status of living, the social welfare, and
And
all
you're
of
going
these
to do
things.
all that
Mm.
not by sending them to the classroom,
Exactly.
not by sending them to school, not by
Yes.
sending them to university,
Right.
but in effect, in actual terms, whatever we expect education to give people who go to the education schools and colleges, we expect them to open their mind, expect them to see new things, expect them to try new things, expect them to lift themselves up. That is exactly what you're doing with development.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So I'm saying you're already in the place you want to be in,
Exactly. Okay.
but
That's right.
but you're
Freddy.
not
Mm.
focused on that. You're focused otherwise. Oh, let me change the university. To
Oh
hell with
yeah.
the university. Who cares? They're not even a real educational thing because they just give degrees and all that kind of thing.
Yes.
But the work you are doing is real education, which is what you want to do, which is in your heart.
Oh yes.
Correct?
Yes. Exactly, Freddy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. You
Yeah. So
really
I would say don't waste your
open
time going somewhere else
right.
when you can do the
Mm,
same thing exactly where you are. And see,
mm,
you have given your heart to this thing. Why? How do I know that? Because you kept away from your children for 2 years. It was not easy thing for you to do.
yeah, it was
You
very,
did
very,
it
very
because your
difficult.
heart was in whatever you were working in. And now you're come to India, but you don't want to change your focus. Because whatever you did in Thailand, you can do in India too. There are lots of marginalized people in India. Lots of scope, lots of room. If you actually dealt with the marginalized people, like it's my job to educate these people, not to give them a degree, not to give them SSC grade, but to educate them. Whatever education means, which you're saying really means something other than passing exams.
Right.
Can you see that you can now create something for yourself in your own work,
Yes. Yes, Ferdy. Thank you very
right?
much for that. I'm still
Yeah.
struggling with this. Thank you very much. Now I can see the bigger picture. Yes, I can do, I can create.
Yeah, so you have a calling. Your calling took you to Thailand. Your calling took you to do that work. That is a calling. And now,
Hmm.
now your so now you're now going to integrate your family into your calling. So both of them become part of one thing. It's not that I'm
Hmm.
going to give that up because of my family. I'm going to integrate it, have it be part of my family work, have my family be part of my work,
Yes.
right? So I'm giving you, see, this program is an educational program.
Yes.
So we are educating you. I'm educating you now on what's
Okay.
possible that you couldn't see before.
Exactly, Ferdy. I really, really never thought about it. So I'm
Yeah,
very happy that you really open. So
yeah.
instead of going and finding and asking for the job, so I can create something that I really, really wanted to do it.
Very good. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Great.
They have so many supportive hands, but they are asking me like, okay, you just decide what you want to do.
Mm,
So yeah, let me find the
very
path.
good. Excellent, Anita. I'm glad you took on sharing just now.
Thank you,
Great.
Ferdy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great. Great. You're most welcome. Somebody else who'd like to. And see, Dhaval, I know you've been busy the whole time, but I promise you, while you've been busy, this thing has been going round and round in your head. It has been, the conversation's been going round and round in your head, and something has started to rise to the surface. So if you pay attention to it, you'll hear it. Colonel as well. You know, while he has been engaged with, oh, what does it mean? How do I solve it? Something has been going round and round in his head, which is coming to the surface now. And you need to be mindful of that. Pay attention to that, like that. And Ankit, in the midst of your headache, I'm sure your migraine, I'm sure something's been going round and round in your head. Part of your migraine might have been because it's going round and round in your head.
Yes, yes, Fuddy, it is. And initially, when I, honestly speaking, I forgot the homework, and it was only yesterday when I think Manoj sent a message in the group that take a look at the assignment, previous assignment. Then only I started thinking about it, and I was, I really struggled and still struggling because it is not clear as told by Colonel also. uh, but I think initially it was like when I started to think, initially it was towards the money only, that I
Right.
am to earn money. And then I thought this is a very common thing which everybody ultimately needs. But ultimately, what is unique about me? I just took myself to that uh, thought process, and I think I have got some, connection, initial connection, only yesterday, and that is to help people who are in need, not established people, but to people who are in need. I like to help them going to any extent.
And what is the direction of help that you can see that you can provide?
Uh, Direction to help is counseling
Right.
and money.
Right.
I don't hesitate sharing money with people without expecting it to be returned.
So let me give you an insight into something.
Yeah.
Now you are trading in hospital equipment,
Yes, sir.
right?
Mm.
And you were selling that before you started your own business,
Yes.
right? So consider that it is not an accident that you ended up in a hospital business, because you could have been doing lots of other business. People are doing different businesses. You doing hospital business, right?
Yeah.
Now ask yourself, if my intention is to help people who need help,
Yeah.
how can I help? What service does my hospital business provide people? Because all businesses exist only because they provide a service, otherwise they would not exist.
Okay.
Right? Business doesn't exist so that the owner can make money. That is
Yeah.
fine, but who will buy the product unless there's some service provided? Right? So what is the service that you see? If you look at your hospital trading business, what is the service that it's providing?
It is helping people's life getting better, which is a very, very, very noble thing. This
Absolutely.
it is tremendous thing what doctors, what healthcare industry is doing to people.
Yeah, and if I'm interrupting here, okay, I say doctors are doing a noble thing by making people better, but you, by supplying the equipment, are also doing a noble thing. What is the noble thing you are doing
Mm,
in that area? In that area of making people better, what is the noble thing you're doing? Look at the products you're selling.
yeah,
What are the products you're selling?
I am selling wonderful equipment, and they are just optimum at a very, very competitive prices in Indian market. And sometime wherever I get a chance, I educate the users about them. And first, before that, I just myself get into it, get deep into it, understand about the product I'm selling, and then I convey it to the users. I like to inform even the purchase people, even the store people, even the technicians who are not directly involved in decision taking or using the product. I like to inform them also that, and not
And you are doing that
yeah,
not so that you can do that so that you can sell your product, but you
yeah,
can also do that because you really want to do that.
I want them to use it in the
Best possible way.
yes, best possible so that they get advantage of what they are buying.
So
Complete
that
advantage.
then becomes the context of your business.
Yes.
The context of your business is not how much money can I make, because a lot of doctors are doing doctoring so they can make a lot of money, which is a waste of doctoring, right?
Yeah.
While you could do doctor, like take care of people, make sure they're healthy, and the money will come. Which doctor doesn't have money?
Yeah,
Doctor doesn't
absolutely.
have to focus on money to be able to. I mean, they don't have to focus on money. The money comes.
Yes, if the doctor is good, people take loan to pay him.
Yeah, exactly. And
They
you are helping the doctor
yeah,
by providing your services. You're
yes.
helping the doctor, the patient, the vendors, the hospitals, the government, so that it can provide proper services. So if your context shift to serving them in the way that you want to serve them, you said, I want to make a difference, not just to ordinary people, but to the people who need the difference,
Yeah.
whatever words you use, right?
Yes.
So that is your calling, and you are in the right business to do it. Just
Yes.
like Anita, you don't have to change your business to be able to make a difference. You can make a difference in exactly the business you are in.
Yes. I agree with you completely.
You can see that?
Yes. Yeah.
Great. And that will make your headache disappear as well.
Yes. Yes. It took away my headache last night. Though it was sweet also. Once it was sweet, I had food and my medicine. It's gone. It's gone. But the bliss which I experienced yesterday was that I have got a little closer to how it was all.
Right. Somebody is got their microphone on in the background. Can you put your microphone off, guys? Right. So, great, Ankit. You're getting something, right? You're getting to see that you can actually take your business and raise it to a whole new level of making a difference to the people you want to make a difference to. And the money will come. It's just like the doctors, the money will come. The money will come. You don't want to do it so that you'll go at a loss. You don't want to do it so that it is like a lot of giant people, giant religion has got all this thing about taking care of people, but they believe danda should be separate from taking care of people. So when I make enough money in the danda, then I'll take care of people. But I don't think God wants that. I think He wants it to be done together,
Yes.
to take care of people in your business itself. That the business itself takes care of people and people take care of your business then, right? Remember what we said. We want to transform the consciousness, raise the level of consciousness in which individuals, society, and companies raise the level of consciousness in which they operate. That's what we're doing now with Anita and with you,
Yeah.
right? Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
So, Manoj, let me hold back on that. Because I don't think there are too many people here who were not there. The only person who wasn't there was Hicham.
Okay.
And Hitcham's with the conversation.
Professor and Professor Rijuta.
Where's Rituja? I haven't seen her. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Rituja, just hang in there while a few other people share and see what you can pick up from them. Okay. We are addressing two questions. Who is myself with a capital S? And what is my work with a capital W? Okay. All right. So now, Sajal, now we're going to put you in the spotlight. So what have you gotten out of the conversation so far?
In the conversation, what I can see, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
So, like, what I can see from my side is because last time we have seen that we have gone back to the future, and then we have gone back, and then we are in the present stage, right? So most of the people here, we are talking about, okay, how we're going to help the social life or ecology or society, right? How we're going to do the changes. So like for me, like I can do a change as per my current status where I stand. Okay, if I have capacity means to do that, I will do that. But always I have a plan. Okay, down the line, 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, this is what I'm going to do.
So let me see if I'm following you. Okay.
Okay.
You said most of the people here are looking at how they can help society.
Right.
Is that right? I
Right.
don't know whether that's the focus of the conversation we're having right now.
Mm-hmm.
The conversation we're having is, what is your deepest interest? What is your deepest calling? What are you called to be and do in the world? And how can you do that? How can you make that kind of difference doing exactly the thing you're doing right now without needing to change your job or change your work? How can you make the contribution you want to make? And I think I heard you say just now that you want to make a contribution too.
Right.
And truth is, everybody I know wants to make a contribution to society. I don't know anybody Even the most selfish person, if you talk to them, after a while, they'll see that they have inside their heart, they want to make a difference,
Correct.
right? And you certainly want to make a difference. So we want to marry two things: the business of business and the business of making a difference. And we want to see that it is possible. In fact, the design of business, people have a business because their business is providing a service to society. If their business was not providing a service to society or a service to somebody, there would be no business, would there?
True.
So if you start with, what is my business? What service am I providing to my customers? We start from there. We might be able to see how you can put your innermost commitment to make a difference as well into the picture, into the mix. So Sejal, I think you are a partner with SAS, right?
True.
Right. And what is your business?
So we provide end-to-end analytic solutions. Okay. So standard is a training part. Okay. And then slowly moved in consulting, and now we are moving to solutions part.
Okay.
So,
But this is about you. But if you take each one of those things you just said, you said three things, right?
Right.
If you look at it from the perspective of what is the service that it provides the customers, can you talk to me about that? The first thing was education, I think.
Right. So the training part, I am doing training for past 10 years, and I've trained more than 2,000 people.
Right.
On
So
SAS.
what's the service that training is providing those people?
So developing the technical expertise to get a job.
So the training is educating people. Now see, when you said they're finding a way to get a job, you can see that what Anita was talking about, that most educational institutions are focused on how do they certify people?
True.
How do they give them a degree?
Right.
Or whatever, right?
Correct.
Now the truth is that I don't know about you guys, but over here in England, people study a foreign language. My daughter studied Chinese. I mean, which one of those is I forget. Chinese, and then she studied Spanish. My son studied Spanish, and they spent many years studying Spanish. They passed the exam. They got a very high grades, but they cannot speak Chinese.
Right.
They cannot speak Spanish. They can't have a dialogue or conversation with somebody so that in Spanish or Chinese. Now, can you see that a lot of our education is like that? We get A's, we get 60%, we get 90% and all that. But in terms of usefulness, it's like almost useless.
True.
So in the same way, if your focus is on how do I get this person qualified, certified, so that they have a certificate and they can get a job, that's one focus. But you can have another focus called, how do I get this person to be educated in this subject such that they can go out and do what they want to do, not just earn a living or get a job, but go out and do what they want to do in that arena, analytics or whatever it is.
Correct.
Correct? So that's a different focus, right?
Right. So that is what I'm doing. So from past 10 years, you can say that if you see the reviews of Sankhana. So in 5 years, 10 years, in Sankhana, in 5 years, I've got one negative review.
Right.
Okay, from the people. And still, I use the traditional way of teaching the people. I never use slides to teach people. I always use board and marker. And some of the people have, it takes a lot of time for me to groom a person from the scratch to make it compatible to the as per the industry, right? So I've seen the cases where the people are coming from, you can say, not that much great educational background, but now they are sitting in US, they are sitting in Canada, earning more than 1 CR, right? So those are kind of you can say the things I change for the people. Apart from giving the technical expertise, I always tell people how to be a leader or excellent. Whatever you do the best or you don't do.
Yeah, and so in terms of answering the question, who is myself and what is my work, what could you say your answer is?
Myself, I'm always ready for the new challenges. Okay.
No, not about you. No, that's the whole thing. Everybody, you say, who is myself? People give an ego answer. Give an
Right.
eco answer. Just now, whatever you told us about the people you trained and all that, and they're now earning 1 crore rupees in Canada and this and all that. So, who is yourself there? Somebody who that describes a person. What kind of person is that describing? Somebody who fill in the blanks.
Today I'm not what I can say. I cannot.
Now you're my student.
Right.
So put yourself in the shoes of your student in your class, and you're asking them a question like I'm asking you. What would you say to that student? They're not able to understand. They're a little confused like you're feeling now. What do you tell them?
Be yourself.
No, you tell them what's happening to them. What is happening to them? They're not thinking outside the box.
True.
They're thinking inside a box. So they can't see what I'm saying because I'm not talking inside the box. I'm talking outside the box, which is what you are doing when you're teaching your students, especially when they first come into your class, right? So you have to now start being the student. I'm saying that you just described yourself to us, and you described yourself to us in terms of the results you produce in your students' lives. Did you not?
Yes.
That is yourself. So how would you describe that person? As somebody who does what?
I don't know. I'm doing my job in the best way. That's it.
No, that's bullshit. Come on. If you're doing the best way you could, then why should somebody come to your institute? They should go to the hundreds of other institutes. But if they come to your institute, what happens to them at the end? They end up in Canada, earning 1 crore rupees, which is what you told us.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So, what kind of person does that? Somebody who?
Who motivates?
Yeah.
Okay. Who make them understand their weaknesses?
Yeah.
And where are they presently? Where are they standing now?
Right.
And I also tell them I'm not doing something which is rocket science.
So the thing is, while you're telling them all these things and doing all these things to them, are you focused on yourself or are you focused on them?
I'm focused upon them.
Right. Now, when I ask you the question, who are you? Where does your focus shift to? To yourself. And you want to answer the question from blah, 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 blah. No, the answer to the question comes from the other side of it. I am somebody who empowers people, who is magical, who takes people and applies some magic to them and makes them into some extraordinary performers in their field or something like that. I'm making this stuff up. Can you see that that's what you are?
Yes.
And can you see that your work is about opening up people's eyes and worlds so that they can actually be bigger than they think they are when they come in?
Right. I've proved it multiple times. You can say that.
Exactly. Exactly. But you keep going back to the head and going back to the notion called, oh, I'm just doing what everybody else is doing. I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing this and I'm just doing that. That also is an attention on yourself. Oh, I'm just a small little person. That's an attention on ego. Ego is other people.
Okay.
Just let me check with other people what they're getting from what I said to you, okay?
Right, please.
Dhaval, what are you getting from what I said to him? Or from our dialogue, what did you get for yourself?
I difficult to say, but then again, as Sajal said,
It's only difficult to say. If you say it's difficult to say, instead of saying it's difficult to say, just say it.
that itself is difficult to understand. Sorry.
So don't avoid. Come on, say it. What did you get? What I got is I'm a stupid idiot who's gazing at my navel gazing, and only looking at my little self and getting my whole world inside that little self. And what is possible for me is to open my vision and look outside and really look at the work I'm doing, my institute, and what I'm doing, and see the kind of difference I have been making and I have made in the past. And if I stopped worrying about all this navel of mine and this little one, how much more of a difference I could make. Did you get that?
Yeah, sort of.
You did, right? But the attachment to the little self, such as same things happening with you. The attachment to the little self keeps us small. We are not thinking ego. I mean eco. We are thinking ego. Okay, Rijita, what are you getting out of this? Rijita, I think your microphone just isn't plugged in or not working or whatever. pull out the jack and talk to the no, the jack which goes into the computer. Pull that out.
Remove the headphone. No, can't hear you.
You have removed the headphone? All right. Well, looks as though your audio is gone.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Ah, now we have, yeah.
Yeah, I think there was some problem when I joined in.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's gone down. But it was louder before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What I learned from it was that it is more important of how others see you in your definition of who you are than how you see yourself. Because when others see you, they might see a different side of you. For example, when Sajal was saying, what I got it was that he was making a change in the life of the other person. He was
Right.
empowering them to go and get their, their future
Yes.
self.
Yes.
From when we think from our egos, we are thinking only about what I am doing and how I rate myself and what I'm doing. Whereas from we're looking from the ego, we're looking at what change we are making to the environment around us.
Wonderful. Excellent. Are you getting something about yourself from this?
Yes. I mean, I'm able to actually connect well with what Sajal said. So for me, what I do or who I am is someone who is able to empathize with others. I'm someone who is able to understand where they're coming from and help them uh, move ahead and make them see a different way of looking at things.
Yeah, very good. Very good. And what do you do for a living?
I am a professor. I'm teaching in a management college.
What are you teaching? What
I
subject?
teach business communication and HR.
Very good. So you can see that you can kind of tie it all together with what you said about empathy and all that,
Yes,
right?
yes.
It all
Yes.
gets tied together. Good,
Yes.
good. So who you are is somebody, you just described it. You described yourself, and your work is what? What would you say your work is?
Again, empowering people
Empowering people,
to
right?
make better futures for themselves.
Yeah, just consider you're developing the future managers.
Yes.
right, in the world,
Yes. Yes.
and the future HR managers.
Yes.
And what is the other thing you said? HR and
Business communication.
business and the future communicators.
Yes.
And remember what we said. We want to raise the level of consciousness, transform the level of consciousness of businesses and how they operate. And can you see that you and we are working in partnership if that's the context for you as well?
Yes.
That you want your students to, when they go out into work and they become work in the business, that they start and they work as HR managers. They're not just tick box HR managers, which is what a lot of HR managers are. They tick the
Mm-hmm.
boxes and it's got no humanity to it, but they really are empathize. They listen. And if they
Yes.
have to lay off people, they lay off people with humanity,
Yes.
because you do have to lay off some people sometimes. But you can do it with humanity, you can do it with understanding, and the person will thank you for laying them off.
I don't think that is going to be
No, but they'll
possible.
thank you for laying them off in the way you did.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
most people are clear that things need to be laid off, unless the company management is so not focused on its people that it doesn't care.
Hmm.
But if that's not the case, then they know that the management cares,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Good. Good, Rijita. So, Dhaval, Rijita was not here last time, but yet she got it. What's your problem, guy? Your problem is you're resisting something there. You're resisting the conversation and the kind of conversation we're having. And I suggest you get with the program, as the Americans say. And you'll be one of the star pupils in the program. Okay, you are actually. I do see you as one of my star pupils. Great. Prakash. You can't get your microphone on? I will unmute you. No, I can't. Vivek's got the thing. Uh, Prakash, you have to unmute your microphone.
I'm Nadesh here.
Natesh, well, let me hear from Natesh while you work out how to unmute your microphone, okay? Natesh, go ahead.
Okay. Because for me, difference is I am zero when alone. But if you put left hand corner any digits, then it will be meaningful.
Okay, can you tell us in ordinary language what you meant? Like in terms of your own life, in terms of someone else's life? Because you're giving me
Because
an analogy. Give me the real thing.
the
Vivek, can
real
you do
thing is
something
that,
about Prakash's sound? Natesh, go ahead.
yeah, regarding like if you want to live in a surroundings, whatever the way you are doing it, it should be helpful to others. Like if you want to buy Geo phone,
Right,
for example,
right.
it is not worth you you buy some other Airtel. It is worthful. Why it is a distribution of wealth. Like that, if you want to paint your house, you give it to a contractor. He will come with a big money like 2 lakhs or 5 lakhs something. But if you give it to a laborer, he will take care of it with a small amount. It will be useful for him.
Well,
He may
Natesh, that's all useful theoretically. Tell me about Natesh's life.
yeah, not his life I'm talking about. That is the way how it is.
No,
Like
no, 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 no.
in
In
yeah,
real terms, not in theoretical terms or in analytic terms. So, Natesh, what are you getting about What answers are you getting to the question, who is myself and what is my work?
Yeah, I am a zero,
You are a zero?
but
That's a theoretical
if
answer, guy. Natesh.
yeah, zero in the sense means zero is complete. It is full circle, full circle. It.
Okay. You are full circle, but see, Sajjal is not a full circle. He told us a whole story about how he takes people who come into his institute and he transforms them. And so did Rijuta. And so did the other uh, colonel. So talk to me about something real, Natesh. You understand real, not theory.
Yeah, yeah.
Natesh, your video is not working?
Video is working. Video is working. I'm traveling.
Okay,
Yeah,
but let us just see your face a little bit. Okay, good.
that is why I switched it
I
off.
got it. So now you
You
can.
may get sound. That
Now
is
I
why.
know who I'm talking to. Now turn the video off. Now talk. So Natesh, what do you do for a living? What's your job? Looks like his thing turned off. Turn your video off, Natesh. Looks as though he's gone offline. Okay, so now, Prakash, you ready to talk?
He's not on mute,
I
but there's
know.
no sound coming. And I think the reason is when he logged in, he didn't choose that, or he doesn't have a mic connected.
Can you log out and log in again, Prakash? Log out and log in again. So Piyush,
We can't hear you,
Yes,
Prakash.
but I was. Can you hear me? Good afternoon.
who's talking?
Hello. This is Piyush Padi.
Oh, Piyush, yeah, come on. Let's hear
Yes,
you. What did you get?
yeah.
Natesh is
Yeah,
back.
in fact, okay, so
Where are you, Piyush?
so,
Go ahead.
so you want Naresh to complete or you want me to come
No,
in
no,
now?
you, Piyush. You come to Natesh
Okay,
afterwards. You go ahead.
okay. Padi, I've been struggling with this. Let me tell you my story right now. I'm in the business of insurance and I've been doing a lot of startups. So I've been given multiple projects over the period of time. And my job typically is I always end up taking a new assignment, a new vertical, develop that. Once that reach the maturity, I move on to next development project. So that is what I've been doing that. And a lot of people, what I develop and leave, a lot of people continue to mature it. So that is what I have been doing all throughout my life in business. Personal life, of course, uh, nothing much to
Are
talk
you
about.
happy with
Yes,
what
I
you're
have
doing
been
there?
very happy.
Right. So then,
Yeah.
what is the purpose of it? What do you see is your intention when you do those startups and you develop them and someone else takes it on? What do you see? What contribution do you see you're making?
See, I always end up taking the difficult part of it, and I enjoy when I see the success behind it. So that is why I always try to end up taking something very new, not been done, go into the
Yeah, we
loops
are
and
looking
start
at the
trying something.
we are looking at your answers to the question, who is myself and what
Yeah.
is my work? So what answer can you give?
Right.
Who is yourself and what is your work?
Myself is somebody who loves to start some things. Myself, I'm still struggling to answer. I need your help.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. You love starting up, right? Now,
Yes.
when you start up things, you don't do it for the just throw it away for the fun of it. You start something, but then it carries on, right?
Yes.
Even though you're not involved with it,
Yes.
right? So what is
Yes.
that? Somebody
Yes.
watching from outside will look at Piyush and see Piyush doing startups, and whoever is doing startups with, they carry it on. What would he think? What is Piyush
Mhm.
doing? What kind of person is Piyush, and what contribution is he making to the people who work with him?
Mhm. So Piyush ends up developing a lot of good people who take over the job, and they are also successful in life because
That's what you
they end up
do. We're looking at who are you
yes,
being, not what you
yes,
do.
yeah. Mm.
We know
That's
you're
where
doing
I'm
that.
struggling
You
right.
told us you're doing that.
Yes,
But when we look at
yes.
somebody who's doing that, we say to
Mm.
ourselves, oh, this person
Mm.
is what kind of person?
Mm. Has a lot of perseverance, has can think well. I think these two things people think about me from the question I am trying to answer.
No, I don't think, I think you're not getting my
No,
question
no,
as well. Somebody,
no.
what would you
Yeah.
think when you look at somebody like that? Manoj, hold on, let me see what. Akshat?
Yeah, I think I know Piyush very well. So I think what he's not getting is the question itself.
Right,
When you're asking that who he is,
right.
he
Mm.
is not very clear about it.
So
And
you answer for him. Who is he? When you saw what he talked about
sure,
in terms of startups and then them carrying
yeah,
on, right? And you're watching him. So you're saying to yourself, Piyush is somebody who fill in the blanks.
he is a strategist and an intelligent person. So he like to apply his strategy and intelligence to get things off the ground and to make it a success.
And if you look at that, see, that is an answer one could give from an ego perspective.
Okay.
If you looked at whatever he's doing from an eco perspective, how would you answer that?
Actually, I'm not clear about this distinction. You spoke about
Eco
it
is
a while back.
always about other people. So what's so complicated about that, Anikshat? Eco is not about you. Ego is about you. Eco is about others.
Others,
So
right?
what is he doing to others?
Yeah, he is helping them to make profit. He is making things easy for them, simpler, and helping them to get going
Yeah, but
in their strategy.
how listen, at a very high level, not low,
Hmm.
low level is make profits. At a high level, if a business can only make profits if it's
Yeah,
providing a service, what is he doing? He's showing them what?
he's showing them the right way.
To
Um,
what? It could be the right way to make profits. We're not interested in that. He's showing them the right way to what?
to actualize, see, it can be because he's working in a business. That's why I'm talking about business. But
No,
if
no,
I
you can talk about business. There's nothing wrong with business. Business is service. There can be no
yeah,
business without a service provided.
right. So
So I'm not
what?
telling you not to talk about business. I'm telling you don't talk about business like money in my pocket.
No, 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 no. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
What I see Piyush is saying or trying to say is that he is able to help people to actualize their objectives, their where they want to go. There are hurdles in their way, and he is able to help
yeah,
them
I
remove.
would say it. I don't know why you guys keep going to this small little version. He helps people to actualize the service they want to provide
Yeah,
society.
right. I think that's
And that's
the
a business.
that's a business.
That's what a business
Yeah,
is. It provides a service to
Okay.
society
Okay.
true.
Okay.
in a way
Okay.
that makes them viable, effective, productive, sustainable,
Sure.
right? That's what
Mhm.
all
Mhm.
businesses want in any case.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Piyush, did you get that?
Thank you, Fadi.
You
It's
did?
with a lot of struggle. Thank you.
Okay, good. So, you're a, you make a big difference in society, Piyush. You should want to kind of get clear about that. Okay, we get back to Prakash. Now you're able to speak and be heard. Your microphone is still off. Vivek, can you turn his microphone on? Actually, I think I should take back control.
Yeah, and we make me
now.
co-host. Yeah.
Go for it. I can't take back control. He has to give it to me.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can't?
Prakash, go for it. Now we can, your microphone is unhooked. Go for it. Speak.
No, can't hear you. Oh my.
Okay, you signed off yeah, but the thing is when you sign on, you
Need
have to
select
say use what is it, the audio, the
audio.
computer
Yeah,
audio.
system audio. Yeah.
Internet
System
audio.
audio. You have to select use the system audio. Anyway, I'm sorry. If we can't hear you, we can't do anything with you. I'm really sorry, Prakash.
Hey,
We'll get back to you as soon as we get something sorted out.
yeah.
Natesh's iPhone. Natesh, now, sorry, you were interrupted. So let's hear you.
The background sound is coming. It is okay.
Yeah, it is perfectly okay.
Okay. So I'm right now. I'm doing the job before joining the leadership from emerging future.
Right.
Now I'm thinking of whatever the job doing, so that it would be helpful not only to me, it should be to others also.
Right. That is the
That
focus. That is what you meant by you were speaking of. Yeah. And so what is the job you're doing actually?
I'm doing the finance manager job,
Right.
like payment of the suppliers,
And
getting the
you're
collection.
working for a company?
Yeah, Unity Care and Health.
Oh, you're with Unity Care. So listen, very clear. Natesh, listen.
Yeah.
Unity Hospital would not be able to make the difference it is making if it wasn't for you.
Pardon?
Unity Hospital is making a difference, right?
Yeah.
And it would not be able to make that kind of difference if it wasn't for your management of the finances. So you're managing the finances of Unity so that Unity can make the difference to all its patients and all the people out there.
Yeah, right.
Right? So that is, so your work is to make, at the moment, is to make Unity Hospital sustainable.
Correct.
You have to make it sustain itself. And you're doing a good job
Yeah.
on that. So that is the focus. How do I make Unity Hospital sustainable?
Yeah.
Have sufficient money so it can expand, and at the same time provide the services at not too expensive a price. At the same time, take care of doctors' payments and make sure they get paid, and make sure it's useful for them.
Yeah.
Right? Is making sense to you?
Yeah, making sense.
Great, great. Thank you, Natesh. Okay, so now, Akshat, who are you? And what's your...
Furry, I'll come back. I'm still thinking. I'm not very clear.
Well, the thing is, we don't have anybody else left. You're the only one who's left now. So there's no more time to wait.
So come back right now. Yeah. So go ahead.
What do you do for a living?
What I do is that I look at the performance improvements in an insurance company.
So you help insurance companies to improve their performance?
Yes.
Okay. And if they improve their performance, how does that help society?
It helps. First of all, the people who are working in the company, they get more profit, they more bonus and growth. It helps the shareholders of the company to get profit, and it also helps the society to get the services of the company.
But tell me the last part. How does it help society to get the service of the company? What's the
You
benefit
know,
there?
you know, life insurance actually is a very key thing because people are not aware that why they need life insurance, and a lot of times they don't have it unless a tragedy or something happens, and then the family suffers. When the
So,
breadwinner of
so
a
I
family
got that.
suffers,
That's very
yeah,
critical.
yes.
How is the work you're doing helping to support that? I'm not saying it isn't. I just want you to get the connection.
So the work that I do helps to uh, distribute insurance and make the reach wider so that more and more people can be
Great.
covered.
So can you see that you could say that your work is to ensure that people are insured?
Yes, to secure the families financially.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
you're somebody who does that,
Yes.
right? By working wherever you're working. That's the context for which you are. That's not too complicated, is it? What were you
Yeah.
looking for?
Yeah.
And you're doing that because you want to make a difference. All of us want to make a difference. The question is in what direction and how. And that's the direction you're taking right now. And
Yes.
Sajal's doing his direction. And Dhaval is doing his direction. And Anita is doing her direction. And Piyush is doing his direction. Each person has got their own direction
Right.
that they're going in. Right?
Mm.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So have I missed anybody? Prakash, maybe? Or Srinath? Prakash or Srinath? Why don't you guys say something? One of the.
And did you cover Karnal and Hitcham?
I did cover Colonel, and Hicham I haven't covered, but
Okay.
we'll leave him alone because he didn't do his homework. So why should we work with him?
Rajiv is here too.
Rajiv, right. Let's hear from you guys because we need to move on. So Hicham, you can start since you're visible on the video.
Yes.
So what is your self? Who is yourself and what is your work? What are you getting?
Actually, I'm dedicated to try to make people better. My job.
Right.
So I accompany people to improve their competencies, their skills, and their knowledge.
Right.
I try to make my world, mine, myself, and the other people better every single day.
So that is your work, is
Yeah.
to make people's lives better
Exactly.
by the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, good. That isn't too bad. So Prakash, Rajiv, Srinath, can you come on video, Srinath? I don't know why you guys are like somebody who's, hey Rajiv, here we are. We can see you. Come on.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so who I am, that's a big question.
Not who are you, but what is yourself? Who are you? Who is yourself?
Okay. Can I say it by I'm into the service of mankind?
You could. You could. I suggest you follow the process I did with everybody, which is to start with what's your profession? What do you do? And then from that, look to see if you can get to what is yourself. So what's your profession?
I'm a neuro-linguistic programming trainer.
Okay, you're an NLP
And
trainer, right?
I coach people. I speak in sessions. I contribute to other people's lives.
And why do you do all that?
It gives me satisfaction. It gives me a lot of passion. It gives me, it kicks me.
Yeah, but that is an ego answer. It's like I do it for my own sake because I feel good when I do it. I mean, everybody feels good when, but why do you do it? I don't think you do it only because
Let
you
me do
feel
the
good.
eco. Let me do the eco part.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. It's a satisfaction, like when other people grow in life and you are contributing to them. So
Yeah, so
and when they come
you're
back,
contributing them and helping people grow,
yeah,
but not
when they
because
come
it
back to
gives you
you and thank you.
satisfaction, but because that's what you do.
That's what I do. But when they come back to you and they say thank you, it really made a difference to my life or
I
my
know,
profession or
I
my
know, but
business.
is that so important? Is
Yeah.
that the most important thing about the difference you make to them? That they come back and tell you that you made a difference in their life?
So that is how it started.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it. I think you just got lost into that thing called how do I explain what I do to people who don't understand it? This is a group of people who understand you. They're not a group of people who are out there who don't understand these kind of things of what is your
Okay. So
calling.
for the
This is your calling,
can
Rajiv.
I
You
ask
have
you
been
what do you want to
called.
hear?
Sorry.
What do you want to hear?
Now you should apply your own NLP to yourself. Do you think there's something I want to hear?
No, because you have been directing the talk.
Now you're a little bit upset with me.
No, not at all. I'm enjoying this discussion.
But I don't really care. I can just leave you and go to someone else, and you can just do whatever you do.
No,
I'm not doing
I
this
care for
because I
everybody.
want a certain
I
answer
care
from
for
you.
you too. I care for you too, and I care for everybody.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it because I want a certain answer from you. You asked me a pretty rude question. You know, your
Sorry.
question was quite rude. What answer do you want? That's a rude question. I don't want any answer. I don't care what answer you give me.
No, no, no. Why do you take it like that? I said, what exactly you want to hear?
Yeah. Why would you ask me that question?
And I said it in a very sweet manner.
Yeah, but why would you ask me that question? I'm not going to let you off the hook now. Why would you ask me a question called, what do you want to hear? Why would you ask me that question?
Because I
Do
want
you
to
think I
hear your
want to hear
perspective.
something from you? Like this is my test you're passing, and if you pass my test, you're a good boy, and if you don't pass my test, you're not teacher's pet. I don't really care.
Okay.
I'm asking
No,
you
no,
the
you may not care,
question.
but I care for people. I care for people like you. I care for everybody around.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I asked you what exactly you want to hear from me.
No, that isn't. No one asks that question if you care for
Yeah.
people. Come on, Rajiv. You're
Okay,
going to
let's move
have
on.
to.
Let's go to
You're going.
somebody else.
Rajiv.
But
Yeah,
I'm not.
Rajiv.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you've forgotten whom you're talking to.
I'm talking to everybody
So,
here. The group people are listening.
yeah,
Like,
just consider that you don't know whom you're talking to. Just consider
okay.
that.
He does. It's not. It's not that bad. But it
Yeah,
is
but it's
more.
like
It's more something has gotten him triggered, and he's
yes.
now just acting from the
Yeah,
triggering,
yeah.
and which is the
Oh, no,
NLP should tell him really clearly that he's in the middle of all that. Rajiv,
okay.
let's take a step back, okay? The point is, we are going down to you, and we've reached a point at which here we want to get in touch with our highest sense of self. And one needs to answer the question, who is myself and what is my work? But the self is with a capital S, which is the highest sense of yourself. And you are doing all those things. I'm pretty sure you're doing all those things. And I'm sure it makes the difference it makes. And I'm sure you get satisfaction when people come to you and they tell you that you made a difference to their lives. But I don't think that's the currency that you actually do it in. You don't do it so that they can come back and tell you what a great life they have. You can't convince me about that. You do it because there's something within you that feels you need to do this, and you do it. It's a calling. It's something that calls to you, and it helps, and so you go out and do it. Is that not a question now and go on to
Yeah,
someone else?
no
And
problem.
my
Thank you
hope
for
is that you will get what I'm saying when
yeah,
you're calmer.
definitely. I'll understand maybe in the process of time. I'm still
Yeah,
learning.
you will get it when you're calmer,
Yeah.
when you're not so reactivated. And I'm sorry you got reactivated. It wasn't my intention to do that because I lose people when they get reactivated.
Further, I will say one thing. Please watch the recorded video. You will also get to know who reacted.
Okay, I shall not engage with that. So Srinath, anything for you? Prakash, you have to speak then. I can't hear you still. Are you speaking? No? I still can't hear you. Sorry. Sorry. Srinath, are you there or have you gone for a stroll or what? He's not, I think he's not there. It's only his computer is on. All right. So, Manoj, can I turn it over to you for the next part of where we want to go? I think everybody's answered the question, unless Prakash hasn't, but I don't know.
I think Vivek, are you going to do the next
So, are you going to pick it up to go on to distinguishing the next part?
Yeah, crystallization.
Crystallization.
So we want to move to the next level. You have what you call.
Vivek, you want me to do it or you're going to do it?
He's doing it.
If you want me to do it, I can do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. I'm fine.
Manoj, let him do it. His sound is clear.
Vivek,
Go
go
for
ahead.
it.
Okay. So we've been doing from the beginning of this seminar, this workshop, we were at the top of the U. We started practicing sensing, observing, seeing things. We then moved to presencing. That is, we come to the present. We come to the now of life. And we are now connecting to our higher self in the future and our work in the future. In the past, we were doing our work and we were doing our things for what the past told us to do. But now we have a powerful future, a reason, a context, a purpose for which we are going to do things. And that was what you did in yesterday's, last week's session and this week's session. Now we are moving to the next section, which is crystallizing. Crystallizing what? Crystallizing your vision, crystallizing your intention, crystallizing your higher calling. In the conversation that you just engaged in, you have just started to engage with what is your higher calling. You started to engage with him. So I'm going to use the word vision instead of higher calling, okay? Now, all visions are not equal. In fact, some visions never get beyond the good idea stage. Good ideas that unleash no energy for change. Some very few visions transform the world. Many years ago, a person called Victor Hugo said, there is nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. But this power that Hugo is referring to, it remains elusive, carefully guarded by a paradox. So this is a very, very important statement that you must understand. There is nothing more personal than a vision. Yet the visions that ultimately prove transformative have nothing to do with us as individuals. So each of you have shared something about what really calls you, what's important to you, what's your purpose, and Ferdy worked with you on each of your things. You want to get this statement very, very clearly. There is nothing more personal than a vision. Your vision is personal to you and it's nothing more personal than that. Yet, the visions that ultimately prove transformative have nothing to do with you or me or us as individuals. The vision has nothing to do with us as individuals. The resolution of this paradox comes from the transformation of your will, open will. That is, when you let go of the past, when you let go of the fear, when you generate your courage and you step into the future without any preconceptions and judgments. And this you have done with all your practice of levels of listening, slowly moving up from level 1, 2, 3, 4, level 4 listening, and through the answers that you gave to the 17 questions. Now, when you learn to see your part in creating things that you don't like, but that are likely to continue, you can begin to develop a different relationship with problems. So I'm changing the question. We're changing the topic. The first topic was there's nothing more personal than your vision, yet your vision, if it's to be really powerful, transformative, it's not about you, it's not about us, it's about what's happening in the world. Now we are coming to the second part. We all have problems. The whole world has problems. Our businesses have problems. Customers have problems. Families have problems. But when we start to see our part in creating things we don't like, but are likely to continue, we then begin to develop a different relationship with problems. We are no longer victims. So if you look at our lives, if you look at any challenge or problem you have in your life, what is your relationship to that? If your relationship to that is you're a victim, then you can't see your part in creating the problem in the first place. But if you start to see a part, you're not the whole soul only person, but if you start to see a part, your own part in creating things you don't like, you'll start to have a different relationship with those problems. And you start to say, okay, I am now responsible for my life. I'm responsible for what I have. Then the next step, you have problems, you have things that you're dealing with, you have a vision. You're moving from sensing to presencing. You're becoming open to what could be possible. Now you answer the question. You have what you have. What do you want to create? Or another way to say that is, what do we want to create? But the we in this statement is not our small we. It is the larger we. The visions that arise out of genuine presencing, that is coming from the field of knowing itself, a spontaneous expression of discovering the power to shape our reality and our responsibility to the emerging future. Let me say it very differently. You have a future that is waiting to happen. The world wants that future to happen. Whole world wants that future to happen. Inside you, there is this vision who wants that future to happen. So there is this higher self that really wants this thing to happen. You got to let go of the habits of downloading, the absencing, the voice of judgment, voice of cynicism, voice of fear, letting that go. We then cross the you at the bottom, and then we are able to see the future that is now accessible. To see that future that is accessible, we need to cross the bottom of the you. We've got to let go of the past. So in terms of the theory U, the problem with most attempts to formulate visions is that they occur from our habits of judgment. They occur from our habits of cynicism. They occur from our habits of fear. They occur from the left side of the U. When you formulate your vision from the past or from your fears or judgment or cynicism, then your vision that you are creating from the past is disconnected with present reality. It is in fact completely disconnected because it's actually connected to our past habits of judgment. We have what we have today, right now, today, present, now. There's a future that wants to emerge. If we can let go of our past, let go of our absencing, let go of our downloading, we can then step forward and allow ourselves to connect to the future that wants to emerge. But if people keep externalizing their problems, then they create, in a sense, externalized visions, which are basically simply changing strategy to fix problems. And they are not even problems they see themselves as having been part of the, contributor. You sort of are disconnected from those problems. But when you start to see from within the forces that shape your reality, and you see your part in how those forces might evolve, does vision really become powerful? Let me explain it in a simple English. In my life, I find that there are many people who have different points of view. And if I stand outside as, oh, I have an external problem called people have these different points of view and they don't understand, I'm not connected to them. I'm disconnected from them. And the problem persists. I really need to get that I also happen to be in some way responsible for whatever people's views are. I got to be connected to them, accepting them as they are without my downloading. If I'm not connecting to them without, if I'm connecting to them without my downloading, if I let go of my voice of fear, judgment, and cynicism, I can step into the future and start to be connected to them, listen to them. In that space, some new vision, some new possibility can arise. It's a future that wants to arise. It's not something to fix a problem. So very, very important. All the work we've been doing till today is asking you to let go, let go, let go, let go, and step into the future. And you already started that process by answering the 17 questions and answering the question, what is myself and what is my work? Or who is myself and what is my work? You've actually taken that step forward. So we're now moving to crystallizing. So sensing was the part of open mind, open heart, open will, and then we did the questions and we started to move forward. Now we are moving to this week, your homework, the work we want you to do, the practice you want to do, which is crystallizing your vision and intention. The word crystallizing, it's like if you take salt and put it in some water, you don't see anything but salt water. But if you leave that plate of salt water overnight, when the water starts to evaporate, what you will see left on your plate are crystals of salt. Just like that, you have some intention, you have some vision, some thoughts that you have in your mind. We want those thoughts to crystallize. And we don't want them to happen like a quick decision. Why? See, when we normally create or invent visions, we kind of start to project those visions on other people or on the future. We project our vision on the environment. We don't want you to impose your vision on the world. We want you to examine your vision and connect it to what vision wants to emerge also from the world. The world wants something to happen. There is a future that wants to emerge, that is going to emerge. The world is changing. So let me say this simply. All the issues that you see outside are mirrors of the issues inside. All the issues you see outside are a mirror of all the issues inside. The results that we don't want, which are out in the world, are a reflection of our internal mindsets, limited data, and the views we hold. Another way to say that is, all the results we see out in the world that we don't want are a outcome or reflection of closed mind, closed heart, closed will, judgment, cynicism, and fear. In the same way, in the context of crystallizing, the world that is wanting to emerge around us is mirroring the world that is wanting to emerge from within us. If I take any of you and you start to see what you created as this is what you want to see in the world which is within you, you'll see the world outside also wants that to emerge. People are having a safe and healthy life. People are insured. People are growing. People are excelling. There is something that you're saying, and there is something out in the world that is also mirroring that. It's exactly like a compliment. The self that wants to emerge, your work that wants to emerge, is a match for the world that wants to emerge around us. Our capital S self, our capital W work, is mirroring the W world, capital W world that wants to emerge for all those who live and work around us. So the key focus of this week is to explore this deeper territory. Read your answers to your 17 questions. Read what your answer was to those 2 questions. What is my self with a capital S? What is my work with a capital W? Read that. Take a few minutes and write down on a piece of paper or on your computer a vision that you think you want to create, and all the people around you, your colleagues, your clients, your bosses, your family, your friends, they also want to see that emerge. I'll say that again. Write down a vision that you want to create and that everyone in your life, your colleagues, your bosses, your clients, your family, your friends, they also want to see that vision emerge and be realized. Don't worry about writing it perfectly the first time. You want to work on it every day of the week. Write down something today. Tomorrow, look at it and rewrite it. Day after, again look at it and then make some whatever you want to do. And keep working on it until you crystallize it. What would you be doing every time you work on your vision? You will keep putting aside any fears, any cynicism, any judgment that keeps coming in the way. Your ego that may come in the way. For your vision and intention to be from the future that wants to emerge, you've got to let go of the past. You've got to let go of the closed mind, closed heart, closed will. Let go of the judgment, cynicism, and fear. So I'll give you 3-4 minutes right now. Take 5 minutes right now. Please take out a paper and pen. You can look at your answers to your 17 questions. You can look at your answers to what you just said. What is your self? What is your work? What is your calling? What is your purpose? Whatever you said, put it down and then write a statement. It could take you 2 minutes, just 2-3 minutes. Just write a statement of what that vision would look like. Go ahead. Write down a vision statement, Akshat, of what you want to create in the world, standing in your answers that you just worked with Ferdy, standing in your answers to the 17 questions. You wrote down, there's a footprint you want to leave behind. Some vision statement. And I'll tell you that vision statement, which is emerging from you, is what your family wants. It's what your clients want. It wants all your colleagues want, your friends want. I want. We all want that. Yeah, that statement. Write a first draft. The worst, as bad as it can be, write it like that. Don't worry. Anybody who does a good job the first time, fail. Okay, do a bad job. Just खुलेआम लिखो, खुशी से लिखो. Okay, just let's take two people. Who are the first two people who would like to share what you wrote? Yes, Colonel Nisar.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
The vision is to create role model leaders with ethics and values who can lead from the front selflessly in all fields of society so that people can emulate from them.
Okay, great. Thank you. Somebody else? Yeah, Ankit.
My vision is to break the challenges into small pieces which are workable yet interesting. Though they are challenges, but still I can make them break into pieces which would be interesting and bring happiness and satisfaction and bring along with it materialistic success also, like money or celebrations. I can make big challenges being converted into small like processes in an interesting manner, like a game.
Why is that important to you?
Because Vivek, challenges people.
I'll let me ask the question again.
Yes.
Why is that important to you in terms of what it will cause in the world, in society?
Because normal, ordinary things we are able to manage and handle alone, but it is during the challenging times either we avoid them or we ignore them or we surrender to them.
Right, Ankit, you want to deal with powerful things powerfully, especially even when they are challenging.
Yes.
I got
And
that.
interestingly,
What is your work? What is the footprint you're leaving on the planet after 55, 60 years more?
that I don't give up.
So the future and its vision is about Ankit Patni.
Yes.
So it's not a transformative vision. It is a fixing Ankit Patni vision.
Sorry, I couldn't get it.
Visions are transformative only when they are not about Ankit Patni.
Okay.
Visions are powerful only if they are not about you.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with what you just said. You should do all of it, okay?
Right.
We are working on why are you doing all this? आप सारा पैसा वैसे कमा के क्या करोगे? आपने कर दिया जो करना था. You did everything. You made all the money. You dealt with all challenges powerfully. You are this fantastic, brave human being. But दुनिया को क्या फायदा हुआ?
They are also able to, the way I have come out of my challenges in my life, they will also be happy and satisfied when they uncover those challenges, when they are able to meet those challenges.
How will they know about what you've achieved? You're going to put it in the papers, you're going to write a book.
No.
Then how will they know about all the challenges and everything you've achieved?
No, I just
So, Ankit, I think you're getting the wrong end of the stick, okay?
maybe.
This is about your higher self is now making something happen in the world, is creating something in the world. And the vision you have is coming from inside about what you want to create, not how Ankit should be, but what Ankit wants to leave behind in the world. And whatever you're coming up with, also the world wants. Like, for example, who was it? Akshat. Akshat wants more and more people to have life insurance, to have a safety net, to have that thing. So he can create a vision of 1 million people in Nigeria got life insurance. He can create that kind of vision, right? Then it will be a matter of how he is going to fulfill on it, which is what we want to work on now, the next step from tomorrow, from next week onward. But first, we need to have some vision. A vision is something you see. A vision is not you walking round and round in circles, but it's something you're doing to the world. So for the hospitals, for your profession, what are you doing? What do you see? What is the vision you have?
Yeah.
The vision could be as simple as I have a multi-billion-dollar business that sells hospital equipments to people. That can be the vision. But the purpose of it is to make a difference to people in hospitals. So you're getting that. By the way, Vivek, the thing that you missed out was you didn't give them opportunity to ask questions. So each person's taking it wherever they go.
Yeah.
Whatever you said, no? I'm not sure that they got what you said. So it might be good to ask them what they got out of what you said earlier. You want to do that?
Yeah, okay, Fadi. Because I think we've gone beyond that now with Ankit. So he can connect to how his
Yeah, but I'm not sure
hospital
you won't come
equipment
up.
is going to make a difference in the world.
Yeah, but I'm not sure you won't come up with something similar with someone else. Some similar problem with someone else, because that is not clear. It's not because you didn't get any feedback. You don't know it's settled.
Right.
You don't know that whatever you said is settled for them. So
Right.
it'd be good to find out what they got.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you do that? Engage with them on
So
what did you get.
in terms of whatever we just created about the kind of vision you're creating, how it is solving a problem or it is dealing with a challenge, and how that vision is not about what questions you have or what are the things you got, who would like to say? So Ankit, what did you get from this conversation? What is this vision about?
Yeah. Vivek, what I understood out of this conversation is that if we want to create something new, which the entire world is also looking forward to, we should leave behind our, downloadings, and we should not be close mind, heart, and will. So, which will only happen if we are looking forward to something new, right?
Right.
And yeah, and then you told us, I just wrote down the question which you told us. Write down a vision that you wanted to create, and your colleagues or family or bosses, everybody wanted them to happen to you, isn't it? This was
Not
the question.
happen to you. They also want that vision to be realized.
That vision to be realized. Okay.
So when you look from your eyes,
Yeah.
the only thing you can't see is you.
Yes.
So your vision is about something outside of you.
Right.
So whatever work you're doing, उस को दुनिया को क्या फायदा होगा?
See, people will not be
Ankit, can you hold for a minute? Let's hear what other people got, okay? So that we get a clearer, because now we're just dealing with you otherwise. So what did you get? Rijita, what did you get out of what Vivek said?
Basically, what is the legacy you leave behind?
Right.
If when you're no more, what is that people remember you by?
Right.
That is what I got from it.
Yeah, very good. Very good. And you have any ideas about that?
Yeah, so I have a vision statement which I have written. It's kind of crude right now. I'll just read it.
Your sound has gone off, Rijita. You've gone on mute.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you're gone on mute again.
Ferdy, can you hear me?
Yeah, wait a minute. Let me just sort out. Rijita, you're on mute.
Yeah, okay.
Rijita, you're on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were you saying?
So my vision statement is that I want to create a future where the students are having a more practical approach towards their learning than just a grade-based approach.
Very good.
Where they're studying for applying their knowledge and not for just getting an A+ grade in their exams.
Brilliant. And then can you see that you could create a project on that basis?
Yes, I think I can.
So we'll get to that next week, okay? But that's a good direction.
Okay.
So yes, Prakash, you were saying something? Prakash, you've disappeared now again.
Sorry. Yeah, Ferdy.
Yeah, so Prakash, what were you asking?
Yeah, I was just checking out whether my mic, can you hear me?
We can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, continue. I will just.
Okay. Someone else, what did you get from Vivek's, whatever Vivek said? Sajal, what did you get?
You can see, like, I can see my vision. Okay, I can relate to my vision. That is, we are world of we are living the data, and how my data analytics will help people to take better decisions in the future.
Great. So you can see that. That's your vision.
Right.
Okay, good. And can you see once again, like I asked Rijita, can you see that you could create a project that allows that to happen?
Yes.
Can you see yourself creating a kind of a prototype or a project to bring that into reality? Right. Great. So Ankit, you're getting what Rijita and Sajal said. So something like that for yourself. Okay. So I think the rest of you did get it right. Just that Ankit took us off in the left direction. Okay, good. So Vivek, have you disappeared or you're back or what? Yeah, so
I'm here.
So that's what I wanted to make sure that we are not missing something with a whole lot of other people. All right, you can carry on. What were you doing?
So all your vision statements need to be worked on over the week. So whatever you wrote is first draft, right? You keep working on it. Remember, in the vision statement, you will not see, I am doing this, I am doing that. No, this is what I see in the world as an outcome, as a result. Something the world wants to see in the world, and you also want to see in the world. There will be a match, a perfect match, like whatever you all said, which is the Colonel Nisar.
And by the way, in the world, we don't mean it's got to be a worldwide project, but it means it's got to be outside you in the world, in the real world. Okay. Right.
So there is certain principle that we must follow when we are working with our vision statement. We don't hurry up and change anything. The principle is called staying with. Take a deep breath, be with it, relax. If you think something needs to change, ponder over it. Will it help? Will it make it better? You'll get feedback from someone. You'll talk to somebody, you'll talk to your family member and you say, this is what I'm thinking, my vision. They'll say, why don't you add one line here, delete one line, whatever they say. They may ask you some questions. You may get stumped. not knowing the answer, not knowing why you wrote all of it down, something may not be clear, whatever it is. Don't be in a hurry to take anybody's feedback. Don't change anything too quickly. At the same time, don't be rigid and stuck and let the ego take over. Okay? मैंने बोल दिया तो मैंने बोल दिया. I've said it now I will never change it. No, don't go in that tunnel. Because eco visions are always connected to people and others, right? There's no ego there. So keep that in practice. So how do you do this practice? How you do this practice? By three things. Yes, Rijuta. I can't hear you.
Regarding what you just said, right? To paraphrase, do you mean to say that we should discuss our vision with the people involved in our workplaces and then develop it further, or we think about ourselves and do it by ourselves?
So I'm going to tell you all three. There's three things you're going to do, not one thing only. Not only talk about it with people who are colleagues or students or friends. First step, every day spend 5, 10, 15 minutes in a quiet place, in a park, in greenery, on your morning walk. Go and sit down somewhere under a tree, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Open your vision statement, whatever you just wrote. Keep a pen with you and read it and be with it. And some thoughts may come. And as the thoughts come, if you like anything and you want to add to it, add to it. You want to remove something, change something, edit something. That is the first process. This is a practice of mindfulness. It's also, it has you let go of any more thoughts, fears, because the world is every day, every moment throwing stuff at you. I mean, you watch the news, you watch your WhatsApp, you watch, something or the other is always hitting your head, which is going to distract you from being connected to your vision fully. So this 5, 10 minutes is a very beautiful process that will help you to be connected to your vision. Anything that comes up, be with it and then see if you want to use it in your vision statements. Second, so the first was a dialogue with yourself. You're actually talking to yourself in an alone place. Second, get yourself a core team. Get yourself a coaching circle. In this seminar only you've met other people. Get 4, 5 people, sit with them or talk to them on a Zoom or a WhatsApp call and talk to them about your vision and talk 10 minutes about it. Don't talk one sentence. Explain how it's going to show up, how it's going to get created. Keep talking and then get some feedback. And in that feedback, you will learn something. Again, what you learn, if it's useful and it can help you crystallize your vision, use it. If somebody says there's no point, Rijuta, nothing is going to happen on this planet, the people are going to basically kill themselves. What are you worried about people's education? Don't worry about hospitals, make your money and die. Whatever. Don't listen to all that rubbish. Throw that aside. Don't get into people's cynicism. Don't get into the world of absencing. Stay in your own space. If somebody says something that can help you fulfill your vision, then take it. Okay, that's the second. Dialogue with your coaching circle. Best people for coaching circle is these people here in this group or your colleagues. So, Rijuta, you have colleagues like Rajiv and 2 more people who were with you in this course. Maybe you could use them. Then listen with an open mind, whatever I'm creating, and then give me some feedback. So that's another method. Third, all dialogue with the universe. Now, what does that mean, dialogue with the universe? See, you have this vision. But when you are actually out in the world, in the universe, you're talking to your students, you're talking to your friends, your family members, etc. In somehow or the other, you will listen to what they have to say. They will be talking about you and or your vision or something in some way. There is feedback coming from them also. And the universe is a very good place. About 13 days now, 14 days. Ankit is going out of town, I remember. These are 2 weeks. You have 14 days to crystallize this vision. Right? Engage with each other, engage with the universe, engage with yourself. And if you need to, get in communication with us. use the WhatsApp, directly pick up the phone and talk to any of us. But get that crystallizing of your vision done, because that is the only force. That is the most powerful force in your life. The one that will get you up in the morning, that will have you be connected to what you want to see in the world, is your vision. The biggest power in your life, bigger power force. No one is more powerful than vision. No wife, no husband, no spouse, no teacher, nobody. The vision is the most powerful force on the planet. So really, this is like critical, critical, critical. Any questions? So Akshat, what did you get? Three assignments, three practices, three dialogues.
First is the dialogue with self.
Yes.
Which I have to go out in the garden, park, or in a quiet place and open the statement, vision statement, and read it, and then reflect on it, mindfulness. So that's the first. The second one was to form a coaching circle and talk about your vision for about 10 minutes and get the feedback of all the people. But don't listen to if there is any voice of cynicism or something. So that's the second.
Yeah, if it's not useful.
If it's not
useful, really
yes.
to you.
Yes.
I'll give you an example. As you are talking about your vision, I may feel that you're falling into a trap. Right? And you may hear my voice as a voice of cynicism, whereas my voice may be really a good feedback for you.
Yeah.
Right? So watch out for that. If somebody is telling you there's no point, chhod de, forget it, that's a different voice. Your coaching circle will not give you that kind of feedback.
True.
Right? That's more universe may give you something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And of course, the third is the dialogue with universe. Things that your environment around you will give you feedback. And if you listen with an open heart, open mind, and open will, it can give you a lot of information, you can really listen to the universe.
So let me give you an example for that.
Mm-hmm.
Akshat, you are going to be working in the next 1 week in your office, in your organization, with your customers, with your internal customers. This vision is communicating to them.
Right.
This Akshat is talking to each person.
Right.
And they are responding to you. You will know whether you are projecting your vision, whether you are projecting your downloading. If you pay attention from the feedback you get.
How?
You will have people ask you questions. Those questions they are asking from you. How come they are asking you those questions? Why are they not asking you questions that are fulfilling the vision? What is going on in the world? There will be some education there. There's something you are projecting in the world. Are you projecting an ego vision or are you projecting an eco vision? How will you know? The visions that are most effective are visions that are mirroring what wants to emerge in the world and also what wants to emerge from you. But if you have a little ego added to that vision, just see what the other people will do to it.
Okay.
Right? I'll say it another way. Most human beings really want to do good.
True.
Let's say 99%.
Sure.
But when they go out to do it, sometimes they add some things to their stuff and other people can't tolerate it, can't accept it. Why? Because that was the ego part. That was the part that they did not have a dialogue with those people. It wasn't taking their view into account. The most powerful, effective leaders take the whole team's world into account and they co-create.
Right.
So just imagine this week And these 2 weeks is about your vision is not only being created by you, it is being co-created
and crystallized.
and crystallized in your own society, in your own circle, in your universe. Your coaching circle, you and all the people you work with are in touch with, family, etc. They're all helping you to co-create your vision.
Right.
Imagine the power of a co-created vision where the world around you, all your stakeholders around you, and you are totally aligned to one vision. Right? Can you get that?
Yeah, yeah.
Great. Thanks, Akshat.
Thank you.
So, Ankit, all your hospitals, all the customers, all your manufacturers, all your team members, and you, all of you together, all are going to have this vision be realized.
Right.
It won't be about you solving chota problems.
Yes, got it now.
Right? Great. Great. Dhaval?
Yes, sir.
What's the vision?
So my vision for for the people in the world is to establish a digital technology education for the for the people actually, where where who the world is moving, but people are not moving towards those education. So in establishing a digital technology education,
what will that? How will that help the society? How will that help all the students?
Yeah. So how does it help the society? Basically, yeah. First, I will talk about how it helps students basically. So it will help them to bridge the gap in what they learn in their normal curriculum and what actually industry needs it actually. So I'm just trying to bridge the gap between the need of the industry and what is being learned into the education sector, actually our education. So it will help.
You're helping people have to be more ready for the world.
Yeah, so I'm making them a job ready actually, I can say that. So they don't have
Very
to
good. Can you write that one statement down?
One second.
I am making people job ready.
Yeah.
That's a vision, right?
Correct.
Who doesn't want that?
It also works the other way around. You're helping businesses to get people who are ready for them.
Exactly.
Write that down also. What else is going to happen? You're giving job-ready people to businesses. Businesses are getting job-ready people. What else is going to happen because of all this SaaS education you're going to do?
Actually, he looks happy enough. Why don't we move on? By next week, he'll come up with some more ideas.
So you got to discuss this with many stakeholders, okay?
Yeah.
But you know what, Dhaval? I liked what you said right in the beginning when you spoke. You said to make digital education. What did you say?
Establish a digital technology education for the people.
For the people. That's the part. To establish a digital technology education for the people.
So that's my vision, and that's printed on my website also actually. And we are trying to work towards that.
Explore the phrase for the people and keep expanding what for the people means for you.
Okay.
It's not just the students who come in. It could be bigger and bigger and bigger.
Okay.
Not only job-ready people, because the data scientists are going to be the future that will transform the world.
Correct.
Without data, all policy has been made. Imagine if they used data to make the policies. Policies will work. All the problems we are facing in this country, in other countries, will start to get solved only because of the data scientists.
Correct.
By the way, Dhaval, write down that thing which you said for the people. If you've already got it up, that's all right.
No, it's written. It's already written there.
Including the phrase for the people.
Yes, I've written two things to establish a digital technology education for the people.
Right.
I am making a job ready,
Right.
students basically, and making business who are ready to work.
Yeah, very good. Who have people who are ready to work. Right.
And
Excellent.
and keep talking to the other stakeholders like Bhuvan and all those people to keep refining it. It may become even more powerful.
I will do that. Actually,
Yeah.
when you were talking, it just went into my mind that I need to speak to them on this part also.
Yeah, it'll be very
I will do that.
powerful.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dhaval. Anybody else? Any questions? What are you getting, Rajiv? Yeah, Rajiv, what are you getting about the assignment for the vision for yourself?
I'm looking at three things. One is a vision, where I'm going to have a dialogue with self, where I'm going to look at what exactly I want to achieve, and then discuss with people for 10 minutes with the coaching circle, and also having a dialogue with the universe, that what exactly, how how everything in the universe will benefit from or will align to my thoughts. That's what I think.
So the third one, let me clarify. Rajiv has a vision, but there are two Rajivs. There's a Rajiv with an ego from the past, and then there's a Rajiv that's coming from the future who is completely like he's only living inside of a future. Okay? That higher self, capital R Rajiv, with a higher self, higher work, has this vision statement about what will happen in the world. And the world wants the same thing to happen. The world, whatever the world wants to see in the world, you also want to see that in the world. It'll be a complete, perfect mirror image.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be a complete match. And the dialogue with the universe is to get that what the world wants and what I want is exactly a match. If there's something not matching, that's my ego part.
Yeah.
There'll be some feedback from them to help me learn, okay, I need to remove this little bit or I need to remove that little bit so that I have a perfectly crystal clear vision. That's why the process called crystallizing. Once we have our vision clear, we can then create projects, actions, initiatives that will fulfill that vision over the next few years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? After all, what is more powerful than that vision? That vision is the purpose, that vision is the dream, the vision is really what will give life to you for the rest of your life. Okay? So please do these three assignments. Will you be able to do them? Is it too complicated?
I think help from your end is available. So can we come back if we are stuck?
Yeah, but don't postpone till next Sunday. Huh? Come soon. Yeah, I'm always there. Please be in communication. Great. Thank you, Rajiv. Anything for you, Hicham? Any questions?
No, I'm very clear with this. I see what is the assignment. It's okay for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So maybe I should show you the homework assignment if I have it on my screen.
Vivek, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So while you are searching the document, one more suggestion for everybody is instead of this talking to the universe, right, and talking to yourself, one practice that you can also try is look at your intention before you go to sleep. Okay, and just spend 2-3 minutes on that, and then when you wake up, before you touch your smartphone and before you touch anything else, spend 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes with your intention. Okay, so 5 minutes just before you sleep and 5 minutes just as you wake up immediately. Okay, one important condition is before you touch your phone. You will find that you will get some brilliant ideas, and you will have a sense of talking to the universe. And this is something that I've been practicing quite regularly. So I would like you to try this out. Okay.
So, if you want to take a photograph, you can take a photograph. This is your assignment. Dialogue with yourself, dialogue with your circle, dialogue with the universe. Remember, keep yourself outside the world of absencing and downloading. That is something that is automatic. We keep jumping there. We want to keep coming ourselves out. Keep connecting with that vision in intention. Uh, keep reconnecting to your capital S self and capital W work. See your own part of contributing to unintended results. So if I'm not getting a result that I want, I'm not asking you to blame yourself for it. I'm asking you to see your part in contributing to it. Because when you can see your part to contributing to a result you didn't want, you then have power. You're no longer a victim. So really, I'm again suggesting you, if you can, take a photograph of this screen, whatever is written here, take a photograph of it. Crystallize your vision and reconnect to self. Yeah, that's it. Engage with your coaching circle. Crystallize. So just repeated that many times. So this is really the assignment. Okay?
Okay,
Now
great.
it's time to
Anybody else
share.
has any question? No. Okay, Anita.
No, Manoj, I'm clear. I'm clear.
Okay, Prakash.
But Manoj, like,
Okay, great.
yeah, I mean, try to engage with you sometime later, like tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay, I'm going to show you a video of crystallizing as it happens in the world. Let me first slow it down a bit because it's going to move at a normal speed. It's very fast. So let me just bring it slow. And now I'll play.
It doesn't have a volume, okay? It doesn't have an audio.
Letting the future come rather than projecting and imposing your vision into the environment or onto yourself. The world that wants to emerge around us mirrors the world that is wanting to emerge from within. A key principle is staying with, not jumping too early to conclusions and not turning away too quickly also. Three practices: dialogue with yourself, dialogue with your circle, dialogue with your universe. Allow the universe to speak to you. Principles for your circle about how that vision is going to get real. It will not just get real because you have some bright ideas or you have words in your mouth. You will speak. That is when what you speak will no more remain abstract ideas, but there will be concrete particulars. Something, okay, this is what I can do, this action will take place, this project will happen. That's how this vision will get realized. There will be a clear connection between what you're saying and your vision. And people around you, as they listen to you, they will give you feedback, your coaching circle. So this vision will also tell you how you are going to achieve this vision. Those concrete ideas will come to your mind, write them down because they're all going to become projects eventually. All your ideas of how this vision is going to become reality will be there will be actions that will make them happen. Do take the time to write them down. Very, very important. Okay, this is the screen. Anything new came
Okay.
up for you? Any other questions came up for you?
Vivek,
Yes, please.
when you make a vision statement, and I find some of them make such long statements which goes into 1 or 2 paragraphs, and even the person or the group who has made it, they find it difficult. And also some of them I found they just make one sentence, very short and crisp. So I just want to know, because I even found even big companies also, some of them have very long vision statements, some of them have got very crisp. I just want to take your call on it.
So, in my own experience, I used to work in a company in which we had a one-page vision statement, and I don't think anybody in the company could remember that whole statement by heart. Right? I've been to Ernst and Young, I've been to many other organizations, and Nestle. You name the company, they've all got the vision statement right there. Nobody knows what the hell's written out there. At the same time, if you have only a one-line statement, it really doesn't communicate your vision. Right? The reason is because nobody engages with the vision. People are so engaged with downloading in the past. If you engage and your entire team engages with that vision statement, over a period of time, it will be their statement. It will be something that they can, it doesn't matter even if it's one page. That is my vision. Who is the one who can decide that your vision statement should be 1 line, 4 line, 15 line? Nobody can decide. But as you are working and crystallizing it, don't be attached to short and long. Okay, don't get attached. Keep it open. Stay with it. Don't jump to any conclusions early. It will be from your heart, and your feedback circle, which is your coaching circle, and the universe will also help you to crystallize that vision. Trust your gut. Your heart is what we're talking about. We're not only talking about your mind, we're talking about the heart. जब दिल है ना किसी चीज में, तो उसको define नहीं कर सकते, उसको limit नहीं कर सकते आप. Does that make sense, Colonel Nisar?
Yeah, a little confused.
Don't be in a hurry to get the right answer. You will create something which you love.
I would say, yeah, Colonel, I would say don't worry about the statement right now. Worry about the vision.
Okay, fine.
Focus on the vision. Don't worry about the vision statement.
Can I give you a little bit of input, Colonel?
Yes.
Your favorite phrase is little confused. That is your favorite phrase. I don't know if you realize how often you use that. Now, if one of your officers came to you and kept saying little confused, what would you do to that officer? You shoot him, right?
Know what is the confusion, and then try and clear it if I can.
No,
Or
shoot him.
I'll send it to the upper person.
Shoot him. If he kept coming to you all the time, continuously with little confused, sir. So what little confused? Go out and get the job done instead of telling me a story about how you're confused.
Yeah, that is a different story altogether. When the output has to be there, it has to be there.
Now apply that to yourself. You're constantly coming up with little confused.
You only wanted me to come down, take that coat away of army and get back to civil. So I'm trying that now.
But you cannot take the soldier away from the person actually.
Again, don't jump to conclusions too soon.
Yeah.
And stay in the inquiry. Relax, stay in the inquiry. Something will come up in these 10-minute sessions, 5-minute sessions that you have with yourself. Things will come up. And have fun. Don't be limited. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid of a future that is emerging. The thing about the future that is emerging, it is uncertain. Human beings have a big problem with being with uncertainty. The only way to deal with uncertainty is one way, Colonel Nisar. It's called dance. Be in dance with what's emerging. Just keep dancing. Enjoy it.
Not dance like the Nach, but dance like ballroom dancing. You kind of dance with something, right?
To sum it up, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going.
That's right.
Yeah, you will. And we are there, no?
Okay.
Just pick up the phone.
Only when you pick up the phone, don't say I'm a little confused.
He's going to say it. He's going
Fred
to
is
say it,
after me.
buddy. He's going to
I
say
have
it,
to laugh
buddy.
it out now.
Sorry, Sajal, go ahead.
Yep. Like now I'm understanding the importance of the session, why you took us through self and then about the vision. So what I understand is a business which is eco-friendly is more successful than a business which is ego-friendly.
Yeah, very good.
So
Perfect.
So your students, your old students, your future students, they all are wanting something to emerge.
Right.
They all want an institute of a certain kind.
So,
All your customers, they all want a certain future. You also want that future. As long as your ego is in the way, you're never going to be dancing together.
correct. So whatever we do, we have to connect it with the eco part.
Yes.
That's right.
Project it in the form of eco to the people.
Yes. And there will be hundreds of ideas that will come. Beautiful ideas.
Right.
Start writing them down.
Right.
Next session, we are going to shoot a few of them down. Don't worry. But your whole work will start from there. Right?
Right.
Brilliant. Great, Sajal. Thank you for sharing. And do share with Shubham and Bhuvan and whoever else you need to share with so that they also know what's happening with you.
True. Okay.
Yeah? They'll be inspired. Somebody else? Anything you would like to ask? Anything you want to say? Okay. Manoj, anything for you? Fadi, anything for you?
No, have a good week. We'll see. No, good 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks of practice.
Right. All right, guys. Thanks for the good work.
Yeah, and continue the earlier things that you have learned, including deep listening and empathy walk and stakeholder interviews. Keep practicing all that. That will never go out of our practice. Okay.